Okay, so in problem number one more time, the area of a parallelogram, the formula is A equals base times height. And I don't know what the height is. This is the height, and that's missing. The height and the base are perpendicular. That's how you know which is the height. Some of you were saying that the height was 34. It's not 34, okay? This is not the height. Okay, here you go. That's not the height. That's just the length of the parallelogram. Okay, so that's just the length, and those two sides are the same. So the height is missing. So what you need to do is a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. So let me go ahead and work it out over here. So it's 30 squared plus the height square equals to the hypotenuse, and the hypotenuse is 34. So when you square the 30 square, it's 900?
Yes.
And the 34 square, it's something like 1,000 something. What is that?
1156.
1156, thank you. Then you subtract 900 to both sides.
You get 256.
And that is 256. And then the square root of that.
16.
So 16 is the height. That's the height, okay? And then you come back to the formula and you plug in that number into the height. So it would be A equals, the base is 11. So it's 11 times 16, and that is equals to 176.
Millimeters.
That is right. Square millimeters, that's right.
Divide by 2 minutes.
No, the formula is just base times height.
Wait,
So
why is it 11 times 16?
base is 11, and the height is what we just found by a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. So it's 176.
Wait, why is it 11 and not? Why don't you add 30 plus 11?
No, the base of the parallelogram, this is a parallelogram.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I get it.
Okay, so that's a parallelogram, and the
then
base is
height was-
11.
Okay, I get it.
The height has to be perpendicular, so this is the height.
Okay.
And that has to be perpendicular to the base. Okay. Now, problem number 2. Some of you were saying number 2, there's something wrong, but there's nothing wrong because 28 square yards, it's when you covered an area. The 56, that's the length of the height. So when you put that into the formula,
So it has to be Pythagorean?
not necessarily. All you gotta do is copy the formula for the area of the parallelogram. So the formula is A equals base times height. You substitute what the A is, which is 28. The base is missing, so just B, and the height is 56. All we have to do here is, since the 56 is multiplying the base, we divide both sides by 56. So be very careful, because 28 divided by 56 is a decimal number. It's just 0.5. So it's 0.5, and the unit of measure is yards. So it's yards, and that's it. Okay. Next problem. Yes, Alondra.
How is it? Don't you have to like 28 to 28 because that's the total? And then
28 equals base times height. Since you need to get rid of the height, and that's 56, you divide, because the opposite of multiplying by 56 is dividing by 56. Just put that into the...
28 to 28 and then that's
Why? It's not square. It's just 28.
No, it's 28 yards squared.
No, it's yards square. That's the unit of measure, yard square. So if you work with the yard squares,
But does that mean that there's two? Like,
yards times yards. So what happens is that when you divide by the yards, you cancel out one of the yards on the top. And you end up with the measure of unit being just yards. So you just cancel out one of the yards on the top, and that's it. It's not the 28 being square, it's the yards that are squared. Now problem number 3, you just have to plug in the numbers into the formula. Area for the trapezoid is A equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Just plug in the numbers. So what is the answer for the sum of the two bases? 8 plus 5. That's 13. Okay. So you can just put that into the calculator. 1/2 times 13 times 6.2. 1/3? Oh, 1/3. Thinking about the 3. And all of that, what is that equals to? 80.6 when
13
you,
times 6.2 is 80.
and then divided by 2 or multiplied by 0.5.
When you get 6.2.
That's given. The 6.2 is
usually it's
given.
5, yes.
Right, okay. Well, what was it, Stephanie? 40 what? 40.3. Okay, thank you.
Inches, square inches.
Square inches. There you go. And we're done. Okay. Problem number 4. In number 4, they want me to find the base 2. So we just have to write the formula down first of the trapezoid and then work it out. Let me just move it to the side like that. Okay. So formula for the area of a trapezoid is A equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 and then times the height. Substitute everything that is given to you. The area is 231. It's 1/2. Base 1 is 23. Base 2, we don't know the base 2. We just leave it like that. And the height, it's 11. Now, this is just a basic, Algebra 1 problem. So, what would you do to solve for the b sub 2 first?
What did you distribute?
You can distribute.
Or you would multiply the 11 by 1/2. Right?
Okay, you can multiply the 1/2 times 11, and then that would be a decimal number, right? Right? Okay, we can do that. So what is 1/2 of 11? 5.5. Okay, so let me just rewrite that. 231. Well, the 1/2 is distributed. If it's within the parentheses, then you have to distribute within the two of them. But let's hold on to that. Let's just multiply the 1/2 times 11, if you want to do that.
It's 5.5.
5.5. Okay, so it's 5.5. And then let's recopy the parentheses. 23 plus b sub 2. John, stay with me. Keep on going. So we distribute, because now we have a number outside the parentheses, just one number. When you distribute it, it's going to be 231 equals 5.5 times 23. How much is that? 5.5 times 20. 126.5. Great. Now plus 5.5 b sub 2. Okay. Now this is a two-step equation. Let's get rid of what first?
The
126.
The 126. Whatever is added or subtracted, you get rid of that first.
Oh.
So subtract 126.5 to both sides. Okay, so we subtract that from 231.
104.5.
104.5. That equals to 5.5 b sub 2. And then you divide by 5.5. That's right. So just divide 104.5 divided by 5.5.
19.
19? Great. So b sub 2, it's 19, and let's not forget about the unit of measure, which is millimeters, right? Millimeters. So let me go back to the
Square.
no, it's just the length, so it's just the unit. So it's 19 millimeters. And that's it. Okay, number 5. So what did you get for number 5? What's the length of the base?
96.
For number 5? The base is 16. You just do the a squared plus b squared, right? A squared plus b squared equal to c squared. You'll find the 16. And then just plug it into the formula. A equals 1/2. Base is 16. Height is 12. And then multiply all of that in the calculator. That is half of 8 times. So it's 96. 96 square meters. And that's it. Now, number 6. For number 6, this is a regular polygon, which means that all the sides are the same. Okay? So since all the sides are the same, what I can do, I can just divide the perimeter by 3, which is 2.67. right? So each side is 2.67. Now, do you want to do the, which of the two methods? The a squared plus b squared equal to c squared, or the one with the apothem?
A squared.
A squared plus b squared? No? Okay, well, let's go ahead and try the a squared plus b squared. So let's find the height by using a squared plus b squared. What is half of 2.66? 1.33?
It's 66 or 67?
1.67? Would that be 1.33?
1.33.
33 approximately? Okay, so then,
It's 3335.
and then 5, so it's 1 point. Okay, and I will imagine that 2.67 was 2.66666 is all the way, right? And that's what we rounded up to the 7. But it was 2.66, so half of that would be 1.33. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it as 1.33. Now, all I have to do here is find the height. So height, I'm going to use the a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. So it's 1.33 quantity square plus the height square equals to 2.67 square. So then the height, when you solve for the height, is just the square root of 2.67 square minus 1.33 square. So I'm just solving for h, moving the 1.33 square to the right and then getting the square root of that. So what is that? Square root of 2.67 square minus 1.33 square. 32. Okay, so then the height is 2.32 when you round it to the hundredths place. Okay, so now that we have the height, let's just put that into the formula for the area of the triangle, which is base times height divided by 2. So the base, it's the whole length, which is 2.67. Then the height is what we have from the a squared plus b squared equal to c squared, and then divided by 2. So let's multiply that and divide it by 2. And your answer is at 2.09. And to the tens place, would that be, I'm sorry, 3.1? Yeah, 3.1. So then the area is 3.1.
3.09 to 3.1.
3.1 to the nearest tenth. And this is the unit of measures meters, so it's square meters. And that's it, yeah.
How did you get 3.1, miss?
When you...
I know what you did.
Okay, all I
thought
did...
you were supposed to multiply 1.33 times 1.33 and then 2.67 times 2.67. And then you just subtract whatever you get from 1.33. 1.62, whatever the...
Wait, miss.
See, what I did, I just... When you subtract the 1.33 to the 2.67... Okay, for number 6B, we have to keep in mind... Okay, that in a hexagon, each one of the angles is 120. So it's 120, 120, and when we cut that angle in half, that becomes 60. So the apothem, it's the long leg. Now, the short leg is this side, which is half of 9.
4.5.
That's 4.5. So then if the short leg is 4.5, the long leg is 4.5 square root of 3, which is the apothem. Now let's just put that into the formula. 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. Now I need the perimeter. 6 sides times 9 meters each.
6.
That's 54, isn't it? 54 meters. Okay, now let's just go back and put it into the formula.
Miss, on the other one, you divided 8 divided by 3. Here you don't divide 9 divided by anything, or?
Right. On the other one, it was the perimeter was given, and we use it to find the length of the side. But here they give you the side, so you have to multiply by the number of sides to get the perimeter. Okay. Now, when you put that into the calculator, 0.5 times 4.5 square root of 3, move to the right, and then times 54, that is 210. Right. 210.44, and that is 4 when you round it to the tens place.
What did you do?
I just put everything into the calculator. I just put everything into the calculator. I put 0.5 times 4.5 square root of 3 times the perimeter, which is 54. And that's all I did. I just put everything into the calculator.
So the answer is just 210?
It's 210.4. Yeah.
Wait, but don't you multiply 4.5 times 54
No.
and then divide by 2?
Okay, if you want to do it like that, then you're going to do 4.5 times 54. Then that answer divided by 2. But you still have the square root of 3 on the side. Times square root of 3, it gives you the same answer. Yes.
Wait,
See, you're doing 4.5 times 54 divided by 2.
yes.
And then, but you still have the square root of 3. So times square root of 3, that gives you the same answer, 210.4. Okay? Okay, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and, would you lend me this so that I can continue next period? What I'm going to do with the next period, I'm going to start with the back side of it.
We're gonna have to do the back.
I'll upload it, yes. Work on the back side for homework. And if you want to check on the answers, just check it Moto. I'll go ahead and upload that this afternoon. Yeah, the
You're gonna
video
put
will
the
be
answers to the
uploaded.
back?
Yes. Yes. Have a wonderful day. ¿Cuándo mañana vas a estar ausente? Si quieres el lunes,
When's the test?
para que te prepares de bien a bien. It's a quiz.
Tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. Yes, she's going to be out tomorrow, so that's why. She already told me. So have a wonderful day. Work on the back side, please. How much battery does it have? Should I turn it off?
I think it was. Oh wait.